Now, we are back for episodes 3 through 4 of The Circle. And let me say, I can tell this season at times is on the struggle bus. Because I'm like, oh, what was I watching again? And then production tends to step in like, boom, let's light this on fire. So let's get into it right now from a therapist perspective. And so make sure y'all hit that like, that subscribe, do all the do's to help out my channel. Now, okay, let me tell y'all. We are how many episodes in and we have not seen one elimination? Okay? We've seen the influencers influence. I'm like, come on, production. The math ain't mathing. Y'all got too many people up in here for us to be on 3 episodes and then nobody has got eliminated. I'm like, come on. We need to light this up. Light some fire under these people. Half of them are not even engaging. Garrett, I think her name is Madeline. Where y'all at? I don't see y'all in the chat. What I do see is Garrett flossing, Madeline doing her hair. I'm like, you are not giving OnlyFans. But then it reminds me, not everyone on OnlyFans is, selling cootie cat and ass. Okay, not everybody is doing that. But we get into these episodes and we got to start off talking about Savannah. Okay, now this season is giving me a lot of, we came here for love. Okay, it's giving me Love Island vibes, and it tells you the demographic is very young-minded, and the love. Okay, her saying that K Fern is her husband. Okay, now lots of spoiler alerts in this video. Savannah, girl, you are naive. You are very young. And them extensions, I hate to talk about them because everything she's went through, but them microlinks ain't microlinking. Okay, but I needed her to like get off of K-Firm, get into the game, do something. And at last, she gave me Fatal Attraction vibes. You know, I got my little notebook. She's just young and kind of boy crazy and was not focused on the game. So we saw some things happen to her. Now these twins, though to me, they are annoying as fuck. They are very annoying, but they are masterful game players. You got to give it to them because they, to me, are playing chess when other people are playing checkers. Okay. I don't know if it's the advantage of, if it's really fair that they have the advantage of being, 2 people playing one game, siblings who kind of know each other in and out, but they're giving me like bada bing vibes all the time. They will really gut you like a fish. I could tell if you gonna get got, these two you gonna be in the lake with the fishes. Okay, and nobody gonna find your body. Do not double cross one of these brothers in real life because you will get got and come up missing. But as much as at times they annoy me, they're playing. They're great game players. They know how to manipulate, get what they want. We see how over and over again production is like, okay, we need y'all. Okay, more camera time. And it really was frustrating that I didn't see no negative to them being the disruptors. And I feel like it was very much after watching these last couple episodes a ploy to keep them. Now imagine if at the beginning these brothers had been kicked off, the twins, what we have been getting. It's already kind of dry. Okay, I can tell this season at times they put that chicken right from the package, straight into the casserole dish, into the oven. Okay, and said, it's good. But then other times I'm like, y'all start to add some salt and pepper. Okay, I still don't see no garlic salt. I still don't see no Old Bay. Okay, this season is filled with a lot of salt and pepper, and they need something extra. And the disruptors give them that extraness. But at times I'm like, okay, I need something more. It's kind of dry, y'all. But then it picks up. Okay. Ooh, let's talk about Rachana. Okay, because is she a catfish? Of course. Is she playing well? No, but they pissed her off in that chat. Okay, she let loose. Everyone, to me, maybe except for the brothers, this is the part that they're kind of lacking because everyone else can pick up that she's a catfish. And I think because the brothers being in that influencer room, they missed out on the chat. And so the chat clearly showed you are not a young girl. You are a grown, some people think a man, but you are obviously older than what you are portraying. And unfortunately, I wonder if that will come to bite them in the butt, that they missed on that conversation and they're kind of protecting her so much when she kind of blew up some shit and not in a good way. Okay. She decided, okay, I know what HBIC means and I'm about to be the HBIC. Okay. And it was not good for her game. She is playing a lot with emotion. Don't get caught up in these social games playing with your emotions. Okay. You have to play with your mind. Okay, but people are playing with their emotions. Now, I think Darian and I always forget her name, y'all, Judea, they're playing the middle. And I think these last couple episodes, it does seem to be working for them that they are playing the middle. You see a little bit of them connecting. They have a personal chat. I really do hope, once the show is over, they connect in real life. Because in the beginning, I was like, okay, Darian, what you doing? Judea, what you doing? But maybe playing the middle right now is working because everyone else is caught up in being immature, the group chat, they're caught up in that. But those two are like, okay, we see it and we're not going to let it get to us. Okay. But I think that it's interesting how if you watch Big Brother, I feel like Deb reminds me of Angela. And I'm starting to think, is this like a Gen X thing? Okay, because soon as you mess with them, they explode. And she has the same emotional reactions that I've seen from Angela on Big Brother. And I'm like, is it the generation? Is it the age thing? But both of those people on both these shows really do allow feeling left out and the dynamics of their emotions to rule their game. And I don't know if Deb can really come back from exposing herself. Like, she forgot in those moments that you're supposed to be 23. Okay, you're not supposed to be 54. And you kind of sold yourself down the river, similar to Angela. I'm wondering, let me know you guys' thoughts. Do you think there's something there? Is it a Gen X thing? Or is it just two emotional players who get caught up in their emotions and forget gameplay? Okay. Now, they had the trivia thing, which also gave it away that, Deb is not really Rachel, okay, based off her answers. A lot of the rankings are about being liked, not gameplay. The twins, to me, are the only ones thinking ahead, once again, playing chess. And Savannah ranked last. And unfortunately, she had to go bye-bye. And she's so caught up in Kevin, like, of all the things, even when she, found out she was being eliminated, I gotta look cute if I'm gonna go over there and see him. But should I waste my time going to see him? She is so boy crazy. But then again, she's only 22. So should I say, what should you expect? Not everyone who's 22 is like this, but that I can see how she is in real relationships. She has an anxious attachment style. She gets attached very quickly. And I wonder if some guys, that scares them away from her because of like, girl, like, I just met you. And on here, you and Kevin ain't even met in real life. You calling him your dog stepdaddy? Fatal attraction. Okay. She seems like somebody who becomes codependent on relationships. And then once the relationship falls apart, she might lose her sense of self. I hope as she gets older and matures and has more mature relationships with herself, with other people, she can grow out of that. But I think that her kind of being in the background and focusing so much on being in life with Kevin really just kind of ruined her game. And so when we see the twins and Kevin being the influence, ranking 1 and 2, once again, I was like, seeing them talk, the twins, they know how to manipulate people. And I wonder in real life how that affects them and how they have taken advantage of people. And are they in survival mode? Because there's a way that they're able to just talk people into doing things. How did Kevin kick off the one girl he's supposed to marry? He was really manipulated into that. And he was right. They needed to get rid of Rachel because she is a catfish, but they strong-armed him and his girl was gone. He got to see her, okay? But I think even though they're both young, I feel like Savannah is a lot more immature than what Kevin is. And so eventually it took over her game, okay? She's very naive. And Rachel is Delulu, Okay? I don't know what it is that chat just lit her on fire and she decided, oh, I'm gonna be that girl. Y'all really gonna see me? Hello, you're supposed to be how old? Mm-mm-mm. And so at the very end, we saw Madeline and Rachel have to switch profiles. It just feels like this season at times is dull, that production has to step in place and come up with these things to make it hot. Because like I said, there are times where I'm like, okay, we really cooking. And other times I'm like, damn, this is boring. The thing about this season, I feel like it lacks stars. It lacks people who have true personalities. It lacks people who, once this show is over outside the Circle universe, can they hold their own? Can you continue to have a career as a reality star or whatever it is? I think a lot of these people don't. Okay, a lot of people don't have the personality past being on this show like we see in other shows. Like all those people who go on the challenge, the people who go on Villains, the people who are on Big Brother. There are some people who stand out and are going to go on and do a lot of other shows and make a name for themselves as a reality TV star. And this season, I'm not really seeing a lot of that. There's not a lot of just like personalities that you really get connected with and you like really like that person. You're like, yeah, I really like them. I want to follow them. I want to see how their life is after this. I really am connecting. I really like them. I'm not getting that from anybody. I think a lot of these people are going to return to their regular lives and not really do much. And that's the thing. I think a lot of people go on these shows and they expect instant fame or they want instant fame, but they don't have the caliber to have people follow them. And not follow them like on social media, but just attract is the right word. Attract an audience and convey that I'm somebody you want to keep up with. I'm somebody that you want to continue to follow and see me on different shows. I'm not seeing any of that. This cast is a little bit dull, they don't have big personalities. And I think the first the first 3 seasons of this show really captured people with personalities. The chats were interesting. Even when you saw them by themselves, it was interesting. And a lot of people you've seen be able to carry on a following, different opportunities outside of this show. But this season, thus far, there's nobody that I'm truly interested in, like kind of connecting with, following, interested in their stories once the show is over. And we are 4 episodes deep and we've only had 1 elimination. And so I see in the previews they're going to try and do the apocalypse and all these things to get rid of people and manipulate, because I can see y'all see it's boring too. I'm not seeing a lot of hype, but maybe people have to warm up to it. These last couple episodes were a lot better than the first 2 with the chats, but then they cut the chats. What they need to do is keep these chats going longer, allow it to stay open, or have certain people go in the chats with each other so we can kind of see that dynamic. Now, when they was going back and forth, Rachel, Kevin, Darren got involved. That was interesting. I don't want to see them in the bed laying down, Madeline not doing nothing, Garrett's not really doing nothing. Y'all need some star power. And right now, there is no star power. But I could be wrong. Y'all could think something different, but right now, is there anyone that you are really magnetically attracted to, that you are interested in, want to follow them, things like that? I'm not seeing that. Okay? But let me know your thoughts, because of course I will recap the last, once the next episodes drop. But let me know your thoughts. What do you think thus far? Is it just me? Or do we need some seasoning, some spice? Not just salt and pepper. Okay? Make sure you like and you subscribe, and I will see y'all next time.